quick redo. Super grateful for my family and my friends, the people around me that I've been able to connect with in Web3. Super grateful that my kids are just like amazing. My daughter just graduated university very recently, and my son is in his senior year of high school. I went to a high school recital today. I didn't know, so he plays piano a lot. And he usually plays for other kids too that are going to sing and stuff. And sometimes they have other types of activities like, plays or dances or whatever. Today, he played a solo and sang at the same time, which, like, I didn't even know he was going to do that. He didn't even tell me. He was like, I'm going to play and I'm going to sing, but he didn't tell me he was doing them together at the same time, which is like that's hard. Not everybody can
Yeah.
play and sing at the same time. So I was just like super proud. And even before, like, he was like the first one up, and like the like director called him forward before he performed and had him like say a few words, like kind of opening the whole thing up. So it was just, I'm like, rock star, taken after his grandpa actually. So yeah, super grateful for the family and friends.
That's awesome. I love it. I'm grateful for family and friends as well to be here in this new setup with my new desk. Excited to rock it out here with the Farcaster Pro subscription. So yeah, give us a quick rundown. What's going on? How's everything rocking out over there?
It's been a wild last like just about a little over a week ago, we transitioned from Warpcast to Farcaster, so the name and branding change. And then
That's true.
right after that, there was this, a post, hey, from Dan, hey, we're going to launch a pro subscription model, and it's going to be $120 a year, and you're going to get longer casts and 4 images instead of 2, right? That's basically like what we know about it. There'll probably be other cool stuff. And it doesn't start like the subscriptions went live yesterday, but we don't get the features for a little while. So it was pretty ambiguous. And there had been a lot of conversations around this. There have been a lot of like Ponder Poll predictions, which is a great little mini app where you can like bet 50 cents and maybe win a buck if you're right, or more, or lose that 50 cents if you're wrong. But there was a lot questioning, will they sell 1,000 on the first day, or will they sell 10,000 on the first day? And it started as just the subscription, and the first 1,000 people would get an NFT. And after, conversations on, in the timeline, they upped that to 10,000 NFTs. So I think people were excited. They wanted to like be early. They wanted to get the collectible, which doesn't represent your account. It's just an extra for those first 10K people. And yeah, it's still kind of mysterious what we're going to be getting, but it's great to see the support. I'm a little surprised that 10,000 sold out in 6 hours. So that's a strong show of support for,
Yeah.
this platform.
No,
It's dope.
it's cool to see the community come together, and I'm super stoked to get more involved over there. Like we were talking about earlier today, I think there's a lot that can be done over there, and I'm excited for it. I want to give a quick shout out to Candy who helped us with the audio issues a little bit earlier. Definitely this next article is up your alley, so I'm very curious what you think and where your thoughts are on how important this is. So. Yeah, I don't know, Easy, if you want to share what we saw today, yesterday, I believe, and what's going on over there in Vegas.
Super interesting. So, I used to do farmers markets and sell some CBD salves and stuff. And so I'm pretty familiar, excuse me, with the Square, like the little unit and the company and stuff. So it's owned by Block, Jack Dorsey, and they made an announcement saying they're going to start accepting Bitcoin, which is really exciting. I guess it should be fully live in 2026, but they're going to be testing it at this Bitcoin convention. And then what I assume will happen is they'll pick a small test group that can start accepting Bitcoin on their little Square devices, and then, troubleshoot, squash bugs, make sure it's working good. They'll probably expand that test group. I mean, this is just my guess. And then boom, it'll go live, hopefully in early 2026. Like that's a pretty big move. Some other countries have made big moves, but for a company in the States and across the States to start using, like, anybody, every little coffee shop, like, that Square is everywhere, or Block. So that is a gigantic, ginormous user base that can start using Bitcoin. In fact, I sold one item once. I used to put on my little chalkboard, like, we'll take Bitcoin, we'll take ETH and stuff, like, crypto accepted and stuff. And once I sold one for Bitcoin. It was like, I think, a thing of salve and a thing of drops equal to about $100. And I never sold or traded that Bitcoin, and it's worth a couple $1,000 now.
There you go. Isn't that awesome? That's pretty cool that
Yep.
you were out there, yeah, accepting Bitcoin. And the big story is they're accepting Bitcoin right now, but I think the cool thing is when they do roll that out in 2026, hopefully by then it'll be accepting a bunch of other cryptos as well, where it'll just be smooth and seamless, right? Like you said, while they're testing it out, getting all those bugs out, figuring it out, and then once it is smooth and seamless, kind of accepting all cryptos, making it super easy for someone to kind of like walk and pay using something for crypto, just like you would be using Apple Pay or Android Pay, right? Something as easy as a tap to pay. So I think that's going to be super exciting, and just like the world that we're going towards of like actually spending crypto is becoming more of a realistic
Crypto.
vision.
It used to be a huge point of content. Well, not, yeah, I mean, a point of contention. A lot of us in the early days were like, we want to be able to use crypto in everyday things. And it was really hard for years. You couldn't pay your bills. I mean, there was a few ways and places you could, but it wasn't very easy. And it wasn't worth it to try and like use all
Yeah.
these different platforms and apps. And now at least there's, Coinbase debit cards and things like that, but it's not as easy as like, yeah, tapping your phone against a square and then like signing with your wallet, and like the way it's starting to go. And then if they're doing it, any other smaller companies will basically follow suit. So I think we're going to
Yeah.
see probably it throughout like late 2025 and early 2026, a lot more crypto adoption. And, Bitcoin is one that everybody knows, but there's so many other great, blockchains that some are maybe easier and faster and stuff too. So it'll be really cool to see how this develops into, shopping, paying bills, like so many aspects of life that we want to see on the blockchain. There's a lot of benefits there to finally be adopting the blockchain.
1,000,000%. Love it easy. Yeah, those are the two big things we had to rock out. I think just on-chain adoption happens with these big places just integrating it natively and giving crypto people the option to spend, and other people will see, oh man, I can spend that Dogecoin thing I've been hearing about here. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll look into it more, right? So just getting people curious is always exciting. I see Candy Toy Box chatted and said, "Let's go! Hell yeah! It's the gateway to more cryptos, 100%." And yeah, it's just really exciting
I'm,
here.
I'm
Yeah,
glad I'm
no,
still here. For a minute, I like disappeared on my own screen, and I'm like, oh no, there was a huge storm that rolled by
oh,
just before the show started, and it's finally like finishing up. So hopefully I say stay stable. But yeah, those were kind of the two like cool, crazy stories that we hit. But there is one more, which is super special. And that is that WaveWarZ is launching. The V2 is going live, what, in a couple hours? Like, this is
less
gonna
than
be
two
crazy. Or
hours. Yeah.
yes, 45 minutes, right? Yeah, yeah. It's like right after the show normally ends. We're ending a little early today to
Well,
prep for
so it'll be an
that.
hour
But
after that, but yeah, an hour 45. So yeah.
so extremely excited for this. Huge shout out to Hurricane. I've known him for years now. He popped into the cipher that I used to host for Cipher.media before our dev rugged us and ran away into wherever, Morocco, where he lived. But it was so fun being able to mint basement raps, and we hosted a couple of times a week in the Discord. We'd throw down these algorithmic beats that our bot made, and we'd rap. So that's where I met Hurricane back in the day, just rapping together in a
Yeah.
Discord cipher. And to see him go from those early days to then like just crushing it, like having this awesome idea for WaveWarZ and then learning how to code and become a dev and build this, and now it's launching tonight. Like I think it's huge, it's historic. It's just a really cool way to be able to be entertained, but also possibly like make a little, you get to bet on like who you think is gonna win, what you think's the better song. And there'll be like, judge panels. I think we have a single judge tonight. So it's gonna be really interesting to see from WaveWarZ to WaveWarZ, what kind of things are implemented with, judge panels and then the community votes and then what you throw down. You're even able to like change up in the middle. So if you're like, oh, so and so I think is gonna crush it. So you throw down your bet on them, like partway through, you could still be like, oh no, like they're kind of flubbing or whatever, and pull it out and put it on the other guy. I know there's got to be a cutoff at some point, but it's just such a cool approach to having these kind of music battles. So yeah, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on them.
Yeah, no, I'm super stoked just seeing Hurricane cook up for the last year or so and just get super excited about this idea, get really down in the depths of like figuring out every little piece of making this D app come to life. And it was really cool just seeing him build and learn as he grew. I actually got a chance to see a couple weeks of the very beginning of him starting that developer journey out there in Costa Rica. And it was really cool to just like work with him, grind with him, and just like big congrats to him today to like be able to launch this. It's gonna be super exciting. I'm stoked. I'm uh very excited to see what we can rock out here today. The two artists have been anticipating this battle for a minute, so it's gonna be a blast to just see them go at it. And I'm just really excited to see the WaveWarZ V2 platform live and be able to rock it out and play with it. So um,
Totally.
everything you just said is true, and ditto 1,000% to what everything Hurricane's cooking up and doing. It's awesome to just like be a part of all of these amazing individuals pushing this on-chain music vision to help independent artists. So blessing to be here. And yeah, WaveWarZ V2, 8 p.m. Eastern, definitely be there. Um, yeah.
And the if anybody wants to go hop over to the website, that is WaveWarZ, wars with a Z, so WaveWarZ, and I'm gonna put that in the chat too. So I'm just putting the website link in the Twitch chat. But yeah, check that out, and then it will be over on X Live, in a Spaces there. So yeah, this is gonna be like this is the groundbreaking night, and I know that there was a lot of testing done, so it looks like everything is working really smooth, and this is just the first of many, but like pretty cool bragging rights to then be like, I was at the first V2 WaveWarZ when like it all started.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I mean, this could catch on. It is a great idea. Like I think people are gonna like it, have fun when you introduce that sort of like gambling aspect. And there's also a way to earn funds like that. That's something that I haven't really seen a lot in the Web3 music space. Like you could buy NFT, like music NFTs, maybe occasionally you might get one that you could sell at a higher price. But usually we're just collecting music that we like and stuff. So this is a really cool aspect, like in a new twist, that's yeah, going live tonight, hour and a half.
Yeah, well, we'll rock it out with Hurricane. Everyone over there, Twitter Space live. I'm gonna be streaming it over to Pump Fun with our Loans token over there. And we're just cooking it up everywhere with the ZAO. It's just awesome to be here. End of month two and quarter two almost. So we're gonna be rocking it again next week and adding slowly more things along the way with Let's Talk About Web3. So check us out on pods, check us out on YouTube, check out all of our channels. And yeah, I had a blast chatting with you here. Easy, a little short one. It'll be awesome to
Oh,
have Ohnahji be back next week, and we'll I think having those articles pre-prepped and ready will be awesome. So this throughout this week, we'll be looking for those articles and all these amazing things that happen coming into June.
Yeah, and I just dropped a tweet link too. So if anybody is in the Twitch chat catches that, and if you're catching after the fact, like no biggie if you didn't go to the first one. Links are gonna still be here. You can hit those. You can go give a follow to Hurricane, and then you can catch the next WaveWarZ, and you can register on the website. You can put your email and like your nickname, and then you can get notified when the next one's going down. So I recommend doing those couple of things too. And yeah, it's nice, nice, just quick epi today. There's always lots going on, so I'm sure we'll have some pretty cool topics for next week, and we'll have Ohnahji back with us.
1,000,000%. Thanks, Easy. Appreciate everyone for popping in. Thanks, Candy. Thanks, Elijah, for saying hi. And we'll see you next week.
Peace.